In 2013, a man walked into a piercing studio in Utah with a radical idea: to implant neodymium magnets directly into his fingertips. His name was Rich Lee, and what started as a personal experiment would spark a global biohacking movement that challenges everything we think we know about the human body. This is the story of how one curious engineer turned himself into a cyborg and inspired thousands to follow suit. Rich Lee's journey began not with magnets, but with curiosity. As a software engineer and self-described tinkerer, Lee had always been fascinated by the intersection of biology and technology. In the early 2010s, he stumbled upon online communities of biohackers, individuals modifying their own bodies with implants and devices to expand human capabilities. But unlike those experimenting with subdermal RFID chips or simple piercings, Lee wondered, what if we could actually feel electromagnetic fields? What if we could sense the invisible forces around us that we'd never evolved to perceive? This question would consume him. The human body already has one form of magnetoreception. Many animals use it for navigation. But humans lost this ability millions of years ago. Lee theorized that by implanting magnets in his fingertips, he could artificially restore a sixth sense, the ability to detect magnetic fields. The sensation would be subtle: a vibration, a tug, a feeling of presence. He spent months researching the safest approach, studying foreign body reactions, biocompatibility, and infection risks. This wasn't reckless, it was calculated. He contacted body modification experts and worked with professionals who understood the medical implications. By late 2013, Rich Lee was ready. On August 24, 2013, Rich Lee underwent his first procedure. A piercer carefully created a small pocket in his left ring finger and inserted a neodymium magnet coated in silicone, a biocompatible material designed to prevent rejection. The process took just minutes. As he recovered, Lee wasn't entirely sure what to expect. Would it work? Would he feel anything? Days passed. Then, something extraordinary happened. When he moved his finger near electromagnetic fields, near speakers, transformers, electronics, he felt it. A distinct vibration, a magnetic pull. His finger had become a sensor. The sense was alien but unmistakable. Rich Lee could now perceive an entire dimension of reality invisible to normal humans. Emboldened by success, Lee didn't stop. Over the next few years, he implanted magnets in multiple fingers on both hands. But more importantly, he began documenting everything, photographing the procedures, explaining the science, and sharing his experiences online. In 2014, he published detailed blog posts and gave talks at biohacking conferences. His message was clear: the human body is not fixed. We can enhance it. We can modify it. We can voluntarily evolve ourselves. Lee became the public face of a movement, but he was careful to emphasize safety, research, and informed consent. He wasn't promoting recklessness, he was pioneering a new form of body autonomy. The implications of what Rich Lee had achieved went beyond personal sensation. With magnetic implants, he could theoretically interact with technology in entirely new ways. Imagine using your fingers to detect wireless signals, to feel the presence of electronics, to navigate a landscape of invisible information. Entrepreneurs began exploring commercial applications, creating specialized hardware that could pair with biohacker implants. Some envisioned a future where enhanced sensory perception became routine, where the disabled could regain lost senses, where humans could perceive dimensions of reality previously locked away from us. Lee's fingertips had opened a philosophical door. But the movement grew faster than anyone anticipated. Inspired by Rich Lee, hundreds, then thousands of people began getting their own magnetic implants. Communities formed, online subreddits, Discord servers, YouTube channels dedicated to biohacking. Some implants were done by professionals. Others were DIY experiments of varying safety standards. The biohacking community developed its own ethos: documentation, community feedback, shared research. Yet regulatory and ethical questions emerged. Were these modifications safe long-term? Did people fully understand the risks? What happened if an implant rejected? Was there a duty to monitor outcomes? The movement had momentum, but growing pains. The long-term health picture is still unfolding. Some of Lee's early implants have lasted over a decade with minimal issues. Others have failed, magnets degrading, coatings cracking, bodies rejecting foreign objects. Complications include infection, loss of sensation, nerve damage, and magnet oxidation. Medical researchers began studying biohackers more seriously, not to condemn them, but to understand outcomes and improve safety. The FDA took notice, though regulations lag far behind the innovation. Insurance doesn't cover implants. Medical institutions view biohackers with mixture of fascination and concern. Yet Rich Lee continues to pioneer, refining techniques and pushing boundaries. He's become an unlikely advocate for human enhancement, cautious but committed. Today, Rich Lee's legacy extends far beyond magnets. The biohacking movement he catalyzed has spawned countless experiments: RFID implants for access control, subdermal LED displays, implanted sensors for health monitoring, even experimental augmented reality devices. Some are practical, others are speculative art. Biohacking has become a genuine subculture with ethics, conferences, and peer review. But it remains fringe and unregulated, a space where the desperate, the curious, and the genuinely visionary collide. Lee himself has become something of a philosopher, writing about transhumanism, bodily autonomy, and the future of human enhancement. His fingertips, those original magnetic sensors, are now legendary in biohacking circles. The question Rich Lee's journey poses is profound. If we can modify our bodies, should we? Who decides what modifications are acceptable? Is biohacking reckless experimentation or the next frontier of human potential? Some see him as a pioneer, others as a cautionary tale. Neurobiologists are intrigued by the implications for sensory augmentation. Ethicists worry about access inequality. Will enhancement only be available to the wealthy? Bioethicists debate consent and long-term consequences. And yet, the movement persists. New biohackers emerge, pushing further, testing limits, learning from failures. Rich Lee proved that human enhancement isn't science fiction, it's happening now, one implant at a time. Rich Lee's story is ultimately one of curiosity, courage, and conviction. He took the abstract concept of human enhancement and made it literal, pushing a magnet through his skin to perceive the electromagnetic world. He documented the journey, shared the knowledge, and accepted the risks. Whether you view him as a visionary or a cautionary example, there's no denying his impact. He's forced a conversation about human potential, bodily autonomy, and what it means to evolve. The magnetic implants in his fingers represent more than sensation, they represent a fundamental question: what are the limits of the human body, and should they be challenged? As technology advances and society grapples with human enhancement, Rich Lee stands at the forefront, fingertips vibrating with possibility. Rich Lee's magnetic fingertips opened a door that can't be closed, a door to a future where human enhancement is real, accessible, and deeply personal. Whether you think he's brilliant or audacious, his legacy is undeniable. The biohacking movement continues to grow, challenging our assumptions about what the human body can be. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button and subscribe so you never miss a video like this one.